What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Stando TV here, keeping you guys in the know. Ubisoft. What can I say about Ubisoft? For every good Ubisoft game, Ubisoft, however you want to say it, for every one of those, there are three that's bad. And there's a lot in the Ubisoft press conference that we knew was coming. We already knew it was coming. But there was a lot of surprises there as well. And they kicked it off with a surprise. And one of the cool things I want to mention, though, is that they took ownership of their failures over last year. They, came out and said, look, we know we screwed up on some of these games. We know we screwed up with Watch Dogs. We know we screwed up with Assassin's Creed Unity. We're sorry, but you did love the hell out of that Far Cry 4, though. You know, that was one of those things that I'm glad that Ubisoft has taken ownership of their mistakes and some of their failures, and I wish every developer did that. Moving on, though, they opened up with South Park and the Fractured Butthole. Oh, excuse me, South Park Fractured Butthole. Now think about that name and the way. But anyway, it's a direct sequel to South Park and the Stick of Truth, which is a quick turnaround. But you know, for a game like that was already so much like the show, you expect a quick turnaround. I mean, you've already got your engine, you've already got your mechanics. You just turn it around. Instead of being set in the fantasy era, this time it's going to be superheroes, and I'm very excited to see South Park. So that was good to see. What else did they showed a bunch of stuff. They've got some add-ons coming for the crew. They got some DLC coming on, some batshit crazy DLC, by the way, involving a cat and a unicorn engulfed in flame tracks and rainbows and stuff for Trials Fusion. I don't know what's going on there. They showed the new Need for Speed. I like the fact that this Need for Speed is going back to the roots of Underground 2, Most Wanted, and Carbon. However, that being said, and it's Fast and Furious inspired, but at the same time, I'm also worried because it's always online DRM, and we know that hasn't worked well in the past with SimCity, and we know that hasn't worked in the past with Diablo 3 and all these other games. And I wish that EA would just light up and be like, okay, this clearly isn't working. We need to work on. We need to do something, and apparently that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, we knew Rainbow Six Siege was going to be there. It's more the same. They did confirm. They talked a little bit about the single player, not a whole lot though, and they did some mention that Terrorist Hunt was going to be there, but mainly they showed more multiplayer, which is pretty cool. The Division, they showed more Division, which is more of the same stuff we've already seen from the Division over the past couple of years. One cool new thing that we kind of saw is that your own crew or your own patrol or whatever can turn on you for that loot, and I did like that, and they talked about that. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. We've known this is coming for a while. They did surprise me with this game called For Honor, and For Honor looks really, really good. For Honor, you can pick from your classic knights. You can pick from your samurais or Vikings and all these different regimes from the Middle Ages and medieval times, and go into this. I think it's 4-on-4. Littered with a bunch of NPCs in there, but I think it's 4-on-4 melee combat that's going to be online. And this is one of those games I'm excited to play. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to look at it. As it is right now, though, this is not a game that I would pay $60 for. Maybe $30 or $40, because you know it's going to be an online only game. So that's one of those kind of like online only games are just not really working all that well for me, because we've seen so many of them not do well. So they're going to have to really convince me and sell me on that. And then they showed some. I can't remember what the name of this racing game is. I think they spent a little too long on it. It's a PC racing game. And then they are getting ready to close, and they did show Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It looks good. Kind of burning out on Assassin's Creed, to be honest with you. So it's Assassin's Creed. It's London, and for some reason we're gangsters now. It's like Gangsters of New York set in 1800s London. Yeah, wrap your head around that for a minute. And then finally they showed a surprise trailer, and this is one that blew me away, and I want you to keep an open mind about this. It was a new Ghost Recon. It's called Ghost Recon The Wildlands, and what I really loved about this is set in South America. It's an open world Ghost Recon. We've not really had an open world Ghost Recon yet, and what was fascinating to me about this is that it showed 4-player co-op, and it showed the different ways that you can approach a situation. Actually, it showed the same situation and 5 ways to approach it. And this trailer blew me away, and let me tell you why. Far Cry 4, as you guys know, was my last year's Game of the Year. I love that game. I love the unique moments I had it. I was able to tell my own story in this open world sandbox and do some unbelievable stuff. And this looks, when I was watching the trailer, and they were showing how everything works. The mechanic, the world style, the building, the way everything looks mechanically and all that looks Far Cry. It looks like it's built on the Far Cry 4 engine. It looks like it works and operates just like Far Cry 4. They just slapped a Ghost Recon name on it because of context purposes. And I am very excited about getting more of that type of experience. So kudos to Ubisoft. I thought it was a very well done conference in their own style, I guess you could say, as they always do year to year. I look forward to seeing a lot of these games. There wasn't really any disappointments. I mean, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we knew was going to be there, but they did have a few surprises, and that kept me going, and got me even more pumped up and excited for games that are coming out in the future. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and of course hit that sub button, and we'll catch you guys next time as we talk about Sony's E3 conference. Thank you. Have a good one.